now I'm going to go to the panelists. I would go over to Allegro Dinkwanyane, and Allegro is the CEO for Ogela Group South Africa. So yes, we're sitting from wherever we are right now, but let's fly all the way to South Africa to join Allegro. Allegro, has your mic been unmuted? Okay, it's about to be. Yes, yes, Allegro. We're joining you now in South Africa.
Good evening, or good afternoon. I don't know what time it is, and it's just after 9 p.m. my time in South Africa, actually. But firstly, I just want to say thank you to the organizers of this conference and just gathering all of us. I believe over 15 plus countries gathered right now, and also to you, Fabia, for being a wonderful host. And I just also want to touch on what Owen just said, which is something that I feel like a lot of young South Africans, a lot of aspiring and also startup entrepreneurs have not gotten with grips with, because they think that COVID is just a phase that's going to pass very quickly and everything's going to go back to normal and their businesses are going to run as usual. And I look at them and I'm like, you know what? That is not going to be the case. This thing you're calling a new normal, get with the program. I'm quite thankful that COVID-19 happened when it did happen, because I felt like for the longest time in the industry that I have been in, we needed that push in the technological direction. We needed people to start, a lot of these companies that have been operating in very traditional ways to get with the program. For some of you that don't know, I own a group company, and one of my companies is a PR and marketing agency. So we do public relations, communications, social media marketing, digital marketing, and so on. And in the past, before COVID-19, trying to convince a corporate client to pay our company to do social media marketing, data analysis, they would look at you and say, do I need that? Is that a thing? And today we have to work virtually. And I tell them that your company now needs that. You need to start doing more business online. How are you going to promote yourself online? And like Owen's friend, who quickly rushed to business online, seeing as now she can't have personal interactions with her consumers, a lot of startup businesses and even most of the major corporates in South Africa have turned to re-strategizing how they do business in South Africa, looking at the drawing board and saying, where do we go from here? And I think it's so important for us as entrepreneurs to ask ourselves that where do we go from COVID-19? And I'm one person that loves to look at the brighter things instead of focusing on all the negatives. And I've told myself that as an entrepreneur, I want my company to succeed. I want us to go beyond the 9 years that we've been active in South Africa. And the only way to do that is to go back to the drawing board, is to find solutions, and is to capitalize on the opportunities that COVID-19 has presented. And I'm so grateful that we can connect and still do business virtually. I think I'm probably one of the people in my circle of entrepreneur friends that can say I've saved money during COVID-19, just by saying to my employees, work from home. That alone has just saved me money. And I've been able to also see the loopholes within my team, who can actually work from home and who needs to be micromanaged. Because we know some people, you say work from home and they'll not do a single thing. And then when they're at the office, they want you to ask them every hour, have you done this? Have you done that? You literally have to put a to-do list for them. And there are others that work from home and they don't even keep track of the hours. It's not a 9 to 5 thing for them. They're always, you know, you can rely on them knowing that even when I'm not around, they are getting the work done. And our clients can still rely on us to get the work done at the end of the day. So for me, I'd like to encourage entrepreneurs, not just in South Africa, you know, across Africa, as we are united right now in this session, to say, look beyond, you know, the current situation. I know some of us might have, you know, decided on a backup plan just because it was COVID, but are you going to carry that with you through post-COVID-19? Is this something that you've implemented for the long haul, or are you going to go back to doing business the way you used to do business? I, for one, know that I'm not going to go back to doing business the way I used to, because I've saved so much money. I can't even believe I used to spend so much money on just office space alone. and admin and things that could literally be done online. And another thing, I just want to encourage young entrepreneurs to explore working with people outside of their country, outside of the same city. Currently, since COVID-19, we went into lockdown in March in South Africa. It's been nearly 6 months that we've been on lockdown. And sometimes I've had to get graphic designers and do work with people that I've never met before. And that's a door that I've had to open because of COVID-19, and just put myself out there to say, okay, let me pay this person and trust that they will do the work, and hiring someone who's in India to do a website for me. Are they going to come through? But that's the world we're currently living in. And it also affords us the opportunities to get work done virtually, and not have to pay for someone to sit at a desk 9 to 5, pay a salary, have someone open the office, and is it needed? And lastly, my last point is, believe it or not, I have found that my staff is a lot more happier. I don't know what it is about working from home, but I found that they are a lot more happier. They say that they are healthier, you know. And I asked one of them, my assistant, and I said, why are you, all of a sudden you found a new leaf in your life, and what's going on? She said, the traffic. I don't have a car, so I used to take the taxi, and the hours I used to wake up just to be at the office at 9 o'clock, you know, and then I get home late because at 5 I knock off, I go and I stand in a queue and get in a taxi, and it's the noise, and now they have that luxury, the perks of COVID-19 that has afforded them to just wake up, maybe perhaps exercise or meditate, 9 o'clock, open their laptop and work, take a break, you know, in the comfort of their own homes. And those are some of the benefits of COVID-19 that I want people to also take in mind while we, you know, analyze the situation that we're in and try and find a way forward. Let's not forget that there are benefits of COVID-19, and I'm certainly one of those people that's going to tap into them and, you know, continue to lean towards the better side of COVID-19 moving forward, and do business far more differently than I did before COVID-19. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much, Allegro. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
As you were speaking, it just brought to mind, I think it was yesterday, I was listening to the BBC, and there was a business leader talking about how they're working from home during this COVID situation, and the person is saying that post-COVID, he is not going to go back to the office situation, because when they've saved money through rent, they don't need to pay rent anymore. They work from home, and results are still being achieved. And like you just mentioned about the traffic and all of it, you're running into traffic from one meeting to the other. It's just, for some people, it's made it a lot easier working from home. They've saved a lot of money. But there are other businesses, because of the sector they're in, it's made it difficult for them. However, it comes down to the same thing Owen ended up with: making a decision, defining yourself and the business at the end of COVID. So post-COVID, what is it gonna be? I like that you're all bringing out all these points, because it's you know, it's all different knowledge put together, and it's going to help all of us. All of us are going to benefit from all this knowledge. We're basically like brainstorming. We're brainstorming with the business situation and the leadership